Welcome to Studio 7, everyone. I'm Mercedes Wilson.
And I'm Autumn Lewandowski. Hello, everybody.
Hello. What? My face was a little greasy. There.
Mine is too a little bit, but here we
We're
are.
shiny. We're shi-
Shiny's better than really dry,
That
so
is
that's
true.
okay.
That
I mean,
is
I'm a
true.
very dry person in general,
That
but
is true.
being shiny helps.
You're wearing something that I never see you wear. You're wearing
Uh,
a hoodie.
Now, I am always in hoodies, sweatshirts, workout gear. Not always working out, but it's the most accessible
That
to
is true.
to get to where
And it's
I
the
need
most
to
comfortable.
go.
It's the most
Yes. So, the winter weather's just got me all over the place. So if I can
Yeah.
find some time where I'm just in a sweatshirt before getting, in the gear to be at the green screen, then I'm going to do that.
Yeah. Are you the most comfortable there, or have you always been the person that, nope, I want to dress up. That is where I am the most
No,
autumn.
no,
No?
I don't care to dress up. I feel better when I do, when I
Uh-huh.
take the time.
Uh-huh.
I just don't have the time mostly. So,
I feel better when I have a hoodie, a pair of jeans or yoga pants, and some sneakers. I'll put on a fresh face, some
yeah.
makeup, and I feel just as good as if I dress up.
I I do until I see someone that looks really cute. And then I go, "Oh,
I can see that.
their outfit's so adorable. Why
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
I
yeah,
dress like
yeah.
that?" And I'm like, well, if I walked in those heels for, more
Yeah,
than a Target run, I'm going to be uncomfortable,
that is true.
So I don't know.
So, are you good in heels?
Not really.
I stink. Like anything less than
No.
wedges, as far as
Oh, how thick they are.
I'm done.
Yeah. No, yeah. I have a few pair of kind of stiletto-y heels. They're not tall, but they are thin.
I
Um,
can't do it.
but they don't get worn very often. They're
Hmm.
more like, okay, if I'm going to an event and you
Hmm.
walk in and then you sit,
Hmm.
that's when
Hmm.
I'm going to wear those.
So I'm the person that when I go to an event, I wear my sneakers right before I get out of the car.
Yep.
I put them on.
Mm-hmm.
I walk in.
Yep.
I do the event, like you said, if we're sitting,
Yep.
and then I take them off as soon as I get back.
I'm with
Sometimes
you,
I'm
girl.
walking barefoot to the car, depending on the weather.
And if it's a wedding, that usually they have like slippers or
Yes.
something, or I switch into flats once I get to like dancing or whatever. Yeah,
Yes.
they don't stay on long.
Yeah. So you don't feel the pressure as a public figure of dressing up all the time, even when you go out to the grocery store.
No. Sometimes I'm embarrassed for the people I meet,
We are in the same club.
but so if I decide to go out and I don't, and I'm not dressed up, that's on me.
Yeah.
So I usually they notice Natalia on those days
Oh my
and not
God.
me.
That is hilarious. So when I go out and I'm like, people see me and they're like, "Are you a Mercedes?" And I'm like, I'm thinking in my head, I have one eyebrow right now, and you want to talk to me right now. So hey, I am the most comfortable in a hoodie, a pair of yoga pants,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I always say, if when we're on air doing the news and the weather, if they could just put like a nice filter over me and put like, dress me up all certain ways and put
Mhm.
the makeup and all that stuff on, I'm like, oh, that would be great because
yeah,
then I could just sit here in a sweatshirt and be
yeah.
comfortable the entire time.
I mean, not that you and I were there, but I think it's come a long way for women as far as how we have to dress on TV. Would you agree or no? Just kind of looking back.
Um, I yes, I think it has evolved. I still have kind of an older mindset. Like when I wear something other than like, I don't know, like a dress suit or things. If
Mm-hmm.
I just wear
Mm-hmm.
just a dress, I'm like, oh, this should be like a suit and not just a dress. Like
Mm-hmm.
like it still is in my head that it's not as dressy as I should be,
Mm-hmm.
but it looks good.
Yeah.
So then,
Yeah.
I'm okay. Even like hairstyles.
Oh, okay. Explain.
Hairstyle, like they didn't really ever, I still can't go from like the color I am now to like dark brown or like a
Why
red or
not?
something.
Why not?
Well, I mean, promotions, you have
Oh,
certain,
yeah,
you have
yeah.
certain things
Yeah.
that are out. But yeah, when I first started, my news director, she was like, okay, you can't do your hair curly like that. You just have to leave it, straight. You can't pin it back and have like fun things in the back. Yeah, everything had to
Really?
be very structured and just so.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's come a long way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
I think it's come a long way for women. I mean, but watching over the years because you know, I've been in TV not as long as you, but like 8 years,
yeah,
and I mean, it's come a long way. And I wouldn't show up with a hoodie and
right.
jeans on a. If I could, I would. Let
Mhm.
me change that.
Yeah.
If I could, I would.
Yes.
So we haven't
I
come that
agree.
far,
Yeah.
but
I don't think anybody would want to really watch you guys in this
I would on
on
a
air.
podcast. I would
Well,
on a
let's hope because
podcast.
here we are.
On a podcast, I absolutely would because I like to see people where they're comfortable. And if you're comfortable, then you talk like you normally do. You're comfortable. Like I have a crazy laugh. I laugh more like myself.
Yeah.
If I am like,
Oh, totally agree. I mean,
yeah,
I think it's the same way when we have significant weather events or things that are happening. Sometimes we do podcasts or stream yards at different times
yeah,
where we're just not, the structured 5, 7, 5, 6, 7 and the 11. You have it in between.
hmm
Sometimes people are at home. I don't mind seeing like what you would be wearing. Why
yeah,
would you be
yeah.
in a 3-piece suit sitting at home trying to
Like,
tell people about the
sir,
weather?
sir.
So, that there's a much more organic and real feel to it
hmm
when that's the situation.
Do you remember the shirts where the ties were it was like drawn on, or the ties were already where you can clip it on and make it look like you had a full suit, and
No.
you don't remember those?
No.
See, I got to bring one in to show you.
Yeah.
We got to go back to that. We'll be right back.
So we're doing would you rather, all right?
Hmm
Would you rather give up coffee or give up wine forever?
It's so bad because I don't drink either.
No, well, this one's going to be really easy.
But you know
I
what? But I'll give up wine forever. I would go back to doing coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would give up coffee. I could do tea. I mean, I could kind of give up anything, but the question is whether or not it's coffee or wine.
So tea isn't an option. You always pick something that isn't an option.
Well, no, I'm saying sure I can give up coffee because I'll just drink tea.
No, you have to. It's one or the other, right?
No, I'm saying
You got to give up
I w-
coffee or give up wine. You can't drink tea.
right, I would still drink wine, but and I
You
would
said I'm still drinking
I'm
my
saying
wine.
instead of drinking coffee,
Oh,
I would
gotcha.
drink tea.
So the key to getting would you rather's is Mercedes has to understand what would you rather's mean. So yes, well then you know what? I'm gonna give up wine, and I would
Yeah, because then you
yeah.
would drink coffee. But the reason I wouldn't give up wine is because I like to travel. And if I
Oh,
go
that's a good
back
one.
to Italy or France or
Yeah.
anywhere overseas, like I'd be like, oh, why did I say that? Would you rather? And I decided to give up wine.
So I went on a wine tour one time with a friend, and we drank so much wine on this. I apparently didn't know what they were about, and I got sick. So I don't do wine at all.
Well, see, a wine tour, they'll get you because it's only a little tiny bit.
But
So
when you go to 20 of them,
yeah, you're just sipping a little bit all day and then wham,
yeah,
it gets you.
yeah. So
I understand.
that's a good one. Welcome back to Studio 7. So before the break, we were talking about dress, like the
Mm-hmm.
work
Yep.
uniform. Should you be comfortable? How, where are you more comfortable? Um, which kind of segues into, because we're talking about work and being public figures, time management.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole show in itself.
Yes, it is.
That's a whole show in itself. How do we get it all done? I would say we don't get it all done. Not all of it.
Not always.
No.
Sometimes I feel like I have hit all my check marks and, I feel accomplished, but most of the time something's lacking,
Hmm.
right? I just think I try to multitask too much.
Well, do you think you're good at multitasking?
I am. Yeah.
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 Okay, define multitasking because I mean, I'm good when I'm like cleaning or something. I can, and that's
Right.
not really multitasking. I actually start one room and don't finish it and go to another. That's not multitasking.
Well, exactly. It depends.
That's
It's
not.
all in different sections. So if at home, it's like, okay, well, let me start the day. Well, probably should start with throwing a load of laundry in because you set it and forget it. Then you could do the
Hmm.
dishes and you press, start on that.
Yep,
You're
yep, yep,
setting
yep,
it and
yep,
forgetting it. And
yep.
then you could go ahead and, I don't know, fold something or wash the floor or,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
do things in that way. Or maybe if it's summertime, or even winter and you're snow blowing or something like that, like you can kind of get those things done. So I think I'm much more comfortable with multitasking with
Hmm.
that. When it comes to work, there are just certain things that I don't know. It's not really like I have to so much multitask very often. I mean, a lot of times I'm sitting
Hmm.
here and I'll try to look at weather stuff while I'm talking, but then, something suffers, one thing or the
Yeah,
other. I'm
yeah,
letting something drop or
yeah.
not paying attention
Well,
enough
you
to the
can't.
conversation.
You can't and not do it efficiently because when you're doing weather, like you guys are looking at numbers and I mean, you have to be engaged.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I kind of sit here and watch you guys and I'm like, there's no way I could do that.
Well,
There's no way.
I'm a very I'm a sciencey person. I don't mind sitting there looking at a computer screen and reading and researching and computing numbers and that type of stuff. Like I
Mhm.
I could sit there all day long and do that.
See, I mind all of that.
Yeah. And then I kind of get out of my comfort zone a little bit and then go and tell that to everybody.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Well, I appreciate what you say when you come out of it.
yeah. I'm glad you listen.
And I'm a sciencey person when it comes to food. I
Right,
like
that's a
trying
big
different
science.
concoctions together with that.
Well, they say that, we had, and I don't remember his name, but we had a chef on I think it's when I was working mornings, maybe the
Hmm.
morning show. And he mentioned that people who like to cook um, are like more artsy
Yeah, we're
because you can
creatives.
you can put this and you can put that, and
Yep.
then the people that bake are sciency because everything has to be just the amount. You can't really mess with something that you're baking when it comes to how much certain things should be in there or else it's not going to rise properly
That's why
or
my baked
different
goods are
things.
always flat.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
taste good, but they're flat and they're bricks.
Yeah, so I always thought that was interesting. But as for, I don't know, I think we try to be multitaskers. Are you good at it?
I am good at multitasking as long as, and this might sound weird, as long as I'm doing it alone. I can't multitask with my husband around
Mm-hmm.
because if he tries to multitask, we end up fighting and nothing gets done because his version of what I do is off and my version of what like we don't compliment each other. Like,
Right.
okay, he'll wash, I'll fold. No,
Yes,
no, you
I
wash,
get
you
it.
fold.
Here's the
Like,
thing. I think obviously men and women's brains are different.
absolutely.
What I've noticed, and I don't know if all guys are the same, I won't lump them all together,
Hmm.
but with my husband, if you give him, you have to give him a list. Say you start at 9 in the morning, you're like, okay, I need you to do so and so. And I know like I'm going to do, X, Y, and Z over here. Now, if he has that list and he's doing it, and I try to throw something else in there,
Yeah,
he'll forget one thing that's on the list because he did something else. Like it's just you
that
have to
sounds like
like
Brooklyn. That
you
sounds like
just
my
have
10 year
to
old.
give him just that thing to do and that's it.
Are
That
you
list.
are you a type A personality?
What's type A?
Like you're the boss. Like
The boss applesauce. Yes.
okay, is your husband a type A?
No.
Okay. James and I are both type A
Oh
personalities.
yeah. No, we would never fly.
So
No.
I would create a list and he would look at me and go, I have my own list. Thank you. Like, and that's why we clash. Like, he would look at my list and, like, thank you, but no, thank you.
Oh my gosh,
I
that's so
have my own
funny.
list. I have this. And so we would just bump heads. So if I'm multitasking, I can do that with the kids where I can say, hey, ladies, today's the day we're going to wash the walls. I'll
Yeah.
make the water for them. We'll
Yeah.
get the
Yeah.
rags ready. We'll get the gloves. You ladies do that, and I can do my thing. And okay, now that you're done with that, help mommy with this.
Mm-hmm.
If it's him and I, and we know it too. Like we are just
Yeah.
go,
You
go
got your own
opposite.
list.
Yeah.
And
Or
that's it.
you take Saturday, I'll take Sunday.
Yeah.
Because there's just no, I don't know why. But we multitask different. He gets a lot done when I leave him alone.
Hmm.
I get a lot done when he leaves me alone.
Yeah, I like to do my stuff. I like having like a random off day during the week
Mm-hmm.
because then, I'm left alone. Natalia's at school.
Isn't it the best?
Yeah. So it's like, okay, I can get all this stuff accomplished. No, because when we're together, husband or with the daughter and everything, it's like, oh, well, let's have lunch. Let's go do this. Let's do something fun rather
gotta
than
keep each other
doing all like the boring things that, keeps the house together.
So do you have any, are you organized? Are you an organized person?
I like to be organized, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I've just got too much stuff.
Yeah.
How about you?
I do. I have too many gadgets to be organized, and I have too many kids. I think I threw that out after kid 2.
Yeah, I don't have that excuse, but
There's
something
6
needs
of
to
us.
happen. Yeah.
There's 6. Look,
Yeah.
everybody ate. Okay, good. Everybody has a bath. Yep, we're good.
Okay.
I did good today.
Yep.
We'll be right back.
Would you rather have an unlimited shopping spree for clothes or for home decor?
Oh,
That is tough.
you go first. I don't have an answer. Well,
I would say home decor
yeah.
because I like to wear sweatshirts, so it's easy to wear. But, if I had unlimited money, then maybe I would want to shop more for clothing.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna have to say, oh, I don't know.
Unlimited shopping spree. I'm
You
going
know what?
home decor.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna agree with you because I'm gonna buy everything new.
Exactly. And
Everything.
it doesn't go out, after
What doesn't go out?
out of style, or like it takes longer for
Oh,
like
furniture to go out of
say
style.
like a
and stuff.
Christmas tree to fall apart, then like
Yeah,
your
that's
clothing
true.
kind of falls apart more
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
more quickly or something
So
like
I'm
that.
with you on that. What would you spend the most on? You think? What room?
Oh, I don't know. Probably the family room.
I would say the kitchen. I'm buying every gadget I see.
Well, that's not home decor.
Yes, it is. The kitchen is all home decor.
Do you know? I think I saw at Target the KitchenAid mixers.
Hmm.
You know how they come in all different colors?
I have a silver one.
There is this gorgeous, like porcelain white one, and it's got a bronze bowl.
Can you stop? Because I already have one.
I've got a second one, and my second one is green, and I'm like, well, now I don't like the green one, but I cannot tell my husband I want a new one.
We need that shopping spree.
Yep.
Welcome back to Studio 7. So, Autumn, I would love to talk about women supporting women.
Yes.
Yeah, like us building each other up. There's so many, I think there's layers to us supporting each other. I think so.
There is, and I think it has definitely come a long way. Why it took a while to make it come a long way, but
Hmm.
I mean, I think now, like with social media and stuff, and people saying like, "Oh, I'm a girl's girl," and
Yeah,
that
yeah,
type of
yeah,
stuff. You're
yeah.
like, and I was like, "What does that even mean?"
And
But now I understand where it comes from and what it means. Yeah.
yeah, and I think it's important that we surround ourselves with people that kind of, I hate to say think like us, but I say think like us in that area, in that, like
Right.
other women that think like us in that area, because you need it in your workplace. I think you need it in your personal life. I think you
Mm-hmm.
need it in your family. I think I think we need it in every area to grow.
Right. We're going to talk about women supporting women, but I think in general, surrounding yourself with positivity, whoever that might be,
Yeah,
is what I like to do. If someone
yeah,
makes me feel icky, I'm like, that's not worth it.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
if it's going to take me more to kind of get you up to where I'm feeling, or
Yeah,
I
the
just can't
energy.
have that anymore.
Like, you know what? You're
So
having a bad day.
yeah,
Let's try again tomorrow or
yeah,
maybe next month.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that's what we do.
So, what does it look like in the workplace for you? Like being supported by, like women supporting women in the workplace?
Well, I mean, I think it's always great to collaborate, to talk about
Mm-hmm.
what's going on. I mean, Mary Beth and I sit right next to each other, so we
Yeah.
talk about. I mean, not only what's going on with the weather and how we want to present things, and what we're thinking about, how different systems are moving in everything, but we kind of talk about our personal lives a little bit too, and
Mm-hmm.
I like being able to offer advice or get advice back
Yeah.
in a professional setting.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
different than normal friendships.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's a part of it.
I think so. Well, I agree. And I think also when you share that with someone, even if it doesn't get very personal, they can recognize when you're having an off day.
Right.
And sometimes that uplift that you were talking about, like
Mm-hmm.
lifting each other up, can help just kind of boost you and take you over the hill because we all have those days, right? We
Oh
all
yeah.
have things going on outside in life, and we try our best not to bring them into work, but sometimes life is just life.
Yes.
And someone that you chat with or that lift each other up at work, you can recognize that. And
Right.
same thing with friendships. I mean, like if my friendships, I say now, especially at the point in life that I am right now, if they're not reciprocal,
Right.
like I can't have only takers. We need
Exactly.
to collaborate in
Mm-hmm.
life,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to collaborate in how we love each other. And love is an action word. So I think it's a powerful thing when we can lift each other up.
Exactly. I think also, when we're on the air, and I always like I kind of push to that side because it's in the other room.
Yes, yes.
So when people are on the air in the other room and you get to listen to a story and you hear how, whoever may have told it and it came across like wonderfully or whatever it
Yeah.
is. I think it's really great to make a point to say, hey Taylor, that was a really amazing.
Ugh,
You did so
yeah.
good with that.
Yeah.
Because hearing that, I know how it feels when someone tells me that I did a great job, and
Yep.
when you can say that to other people, I mean, I think it goes a really long way.
I agree. I agree. What do you think about competition?
You know, I think you need it.
Explain.
I,
In
I,
what ways? In what capacity?
it, you know, I think of it, the reason I mention or say that is I see it in my 5-year-old daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And she wants to win and she wants to be first and she wants to have the best and she wants to, if everyone's doing a school painting, a painting in school,
Yeah.
she wants to know if hers is the best one. Now, I don't lie to her. I'll say,
Honey,
you know,
no. Honey, no.
everybody tries their best, and I love the work that you did, and I love, so and so's work, and I love how this one looks.
Yeah.
And if you like something that someone else did, then try it out the next time or whatever. So I think from a young, I just think it's kind of instilled in you
It is.
to
I
to
agree.
have a competitive bone. Now, there's a difference between being competitive in a good way or being a sore loser or impacting you or other people negatively. That's what I'm trying to teach her to be, a good winner or a good loser, whichever it might be. So I think competition, it's just innately there.
Yeah. Well, you need it. I think you needed to see where you are, but it can't drive you.
No.
Like I think you either have the drive or you don't.
Yeah.
And I try to in my life, even though it's hard, try to have blinders on, and I am my competition.
Right.
Because in order for you to say I'm better than, I'm talking about as an adult now.
Right.
In order for me to say I'm better than, I have to put you down to a certain degree.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you 100%
I'm
on
not
that.
talking.
I
I mean,
would
the
not
kids are.
feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I completely understand. I just think as they begin to grow, that's one of the
Yeah.
first things that they start to think of,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, well, let's try
Yeah.
to make you a good person in
Yeah.
this
Because
process
you can
of
be good.
trying to be good.
You can be good
Yeah,
at what you do. Like I'm thinking of a track meet. Like when we ran track, there were girls that were just naturally faster.
yeah,
Didn't make them better. They were just faster.
yeah.
So you find your thing, and but they trained. They did what
Right,
they had to do. They
right,
trained hours longer than me. This
right,
was their
right,
thing.
right.
Like I could never do weather.
Yeah.
Okay, I could
You-
never do weather.
We could plop you outside and you could talk about it. That's
Yeah,
that's
that's
doing
all.
weather.
When you plop me outside, I'm gonna say it's cold. That's it.
Why am
And
I
that's all you're
here?
gonna get from me. So, no, but I agree.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I definitely don't ever want to put anybody down.
No,
Mm-mm.
no, we don't. Well, thank you for joining us today at Studio 7. Have a good day. Join us in the kitchen for recipes for 7 Life.
It's festive, it's beautiful, it's delicious.
Great friends, laughs, and some fantastic food. Recipes for 7 Life presented by Tops Friendly Markets.
Let's go.
Another round of strong wins for the upcoming weekend.
The new, fully redesigned WKBW app. Download it today.